Hey, how's it going? Mr. Bill here today, and this is a follow-on from my reverse effects tutorial, and this one's entitled Fractal Effects. So basically the idea here is creating a big long stream of effects that kind of fractalize out from each other and kind of create just a nice big soundscape really. So what I've got here is just a reverse snare, and it just sounds like this, and I'm going to use that as an impulse to start the fractalization, and then after that we'll just delete it. So to begin, I'm going to drop a ping pong delay on this channel. I'm going to put it onto repitch mode and open the filter right up, turn it onto time mode, then we get this. But then when we start playing with the pitch, we start to get like, when we start playing with the time, we start to get pitch changes, so we get this. So we start to get interesting stuff like that. So I'll do a quick automation of that, so we get something like this. So something like that. And then I'll just bounce this down. I'll call it ping pong 1, and I'll take the input from one audio, and we'll just record that. Whoops. So that's our first sound. We'll just get rid of this snare now. And now what I'm going to do on the end of this sound, or actually right over the sound, is drop a reverb on it, and then put the dry wet to, I don't know, 70 or 80%, and put a relatively high decay time, like 10 seconds maybe. And then I'm going to create another channel, and I'm going to call it Verb, then take the input from ping pong, and then I'll record that down. And now what I'm going to do here is just reverse this. So now we get, and then I'll take the reverb off this. So now we've got one effect that's kind of turning into another effect. I could also reverse this ping pong actually. Actually no, because then the snare's forward. So I'll have this backwards and we get something like this. Something like that, and then we can just keep going with this method basically. So put another ping pong delay on that, and then put it on repitch mode and do some weird effect stuff. Give it a high feedback and a high dry wet, then have another channel and call it ping pong 2. Then take the input from Verb and then record that down. So now we've got that. So now I'll just take a chunk of that, maybe this section, reverse that as well, and then layer it underneath this. We get something like this. We get some sort of weird kind of soundscape happening. Take the ping pong delay off that one. I can probably get rid of a couple of those end snares on there. Then we can do the same thing with any other device that creates a tail basically. So I guess maybe put a vocoder on this one. Put it on modulator or pitch tracking. Maybe add another reverb. So getting like a nice watery sound, put a utility on the end of it, turn it up. And then we'll create another channel and just maybe call this water. Take the input from the ping pong. So we start to get some fairly interesting sounds now. So I'll move that up a bit, reverse that. And because we're kind of sourcing them all from the same original source file, they all kind of mesh into each other really nicely. So we'll get rid of these effects. And then I'll create another channel. We'll call this grains because I'm going to put a grain delay now on this watery one, and that's just kind of going to make it more watery or more grainy. So now I'll bounce that down and take the input from water. Pretty cool. And then reverse that, move that over a bit, put some fades on it, something like that. Maybe do another ping pong, repitch. And yeah, you get the idea. Basically just keep messing around with this until you get a nice long soundscape happening. So what do we have here? Ping pong 3. Take the input from grains. Something like that. And reverse that. Move that up, turn it up slightly more, and then put a fade on that. And then, of course, get rid of the effect. Get rid of that effect. So there we go, we've turned a snare, or what was originally a reverse snare, into water by just using this fractaling effect method. So just turn all these on fades and just make sure we've got fades on all of them so they go into each other nicely. You can play around with these fades as well and try and get everything flowing into each other nicely. Maybe drag that out a little bit. So that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that's the basic idea anyway behind this fractal method, and then underneath that you could just drop a beat really. So just for the sake of simplicity, I might just take a maybe just a simple break beat, maybe something like that. We'll just stretch it. It'll probably sound really crap, but yeah, sounds crap. Anyway, you get the idea. You can layer a beat onto that now and start doing some experimental Sun in Aquarius style breaks with it. Also, if you haven't heard Sun in Aquarius, definitely have a listen to his music. It's very, very good. So yeah, anyway, yeah, go check out MrBillsTunes.com. I'll put this project file up for download. Cheers.